Hey everyone, my camera's crooked, but we're just going to overlook that. This is the first show of 2022. This is the first show from my new studio, so it's only half done. I haven't done the shelves yet because I need to unpack. I'm here with the team. Well, some of the team anyway. We've got a bunch of K-pop fans here today. We have Hannah from New Zealand, Sui from Utah, Trish from Florida, Amanda from Canada. God, I forget where you're from again. Jackie is one of our guests, and now she is a regular on the show. Yay! Lucy in the UK. We have May, who was also a guest and now is one of our regulars. Yay! And also Christine from San Francisco, who is now a regular on the show. Give them a big round of applause.
Yay! Woohoo! It's ladies' night.
Yeah,
it is ladies' night. Fortunately, our local Lush Mike's tired, so we're just going to have to try and get through without. We're going to have to. He's going to be in the comments somewhere getting mad at me for calling him a Lush. But look, today, first up, we're gonna have a great show. God, this could be a long show. Okay, so but we are going to talk about all our favourite things from 2021. So everyone in the chat, when we talk about our faves, make sure you tell us your faves, and I'll put them up on the screen so we can all yell at you or agree with you. And I don't even know my list. I haven't even got my list. But look, while I look for my list, because I'm so unorganized, I couldn't even find a fucking notepad. I'm still unpacking. I've been here a month and I still haven't unpacked everything. What's everyone excited about this week in K-pop? Go.
Omega X.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
P1 Harmony.
Blitzers.
Blitzers, yeah.
Blitzers? Oh, yeah. These are all pretty new groups, aren't they?
Trends debuted.
Yeah. There were several debuts this week.
Chongmin is amazing. I don't know.
I've been blacked out since the SM concert.
Right.
Oh, the SM concert?
Mm-hmm. I kind of blacked out after that.
Yeah, the SM concert was pretty good. The SM concert was pretty good.
Attention had a great new album this week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've missed out. Oh, look. Yeah. Kirsty's one of the team here in the chat. Guys, I'm not really going to be participating today because, as you know, I am behind in K-pop about 9 months, except for a couple of groups, because I couldn't watch stuff because I was having a breakdown about life and moving and all that kind of stuff. And then I didn't want to watch stuff not reacting. So now I'm behind a year in reactions. Like, seriously, it's the worst. I am going to catch up. Even if I don't react to everything, I am going to catch up now that I'm in my new house and can somewhat relax. But look at these. I've got these ladies here to pick up the slack, so to speak. So we're going to start. Right, we're going to start with one of the most difficult one for everyone. We're going to start with everyone's favorite title. I said tracks because I don't want to tie you down to one. So everyone's favorite title tracks of the year, and we're going to go around as we usually do, starting with Hannah.
Okay. Well, I have two. One's boy group and one's a girl group. I didn't do that on purpose. It just ended up that way. And they were the two songs that I listened to the most this year. The first one is Weekly's After School. It takes a lot for me to have a girl group song in my top songs just because I have a specific type of sound that I look for. And After School was that. And it's just really catchy and I was really played it too much, I think. And the other song was TXT's I Know I Love You because my God in heaven, those boys slayed this year. And they tried something.
One?
Hey?
Is that the most recent one? Did I miss that? When was that?
They've had a lot.
Yeah.
They've had a lot this year.
I only did Love a Loser and I missed a couple.
Love a Loser was the song after I Know I Love You. It was like
I think I missed that.
Title track.
Okay.
Fire. Right. Like it was like real rocky. It was Taehyun's era because he just put a little something in his voice and it was just a little bit too much. Really, really good. And those are my two tracks.
Okay. And while we're doing this, guys, in the comments, let us know your favorite title tracks of the year. Sui.
Okay, I am working on my video for favorite title tracks, but I won't list all of those in this.
Yes,
but...
check out K-pop Converter's channel, and so he's got a bunch of really good videos.
Yeah, a lot of compilation crap. Yeah. So okay, favorite. What I Said by Victon was my probably most played
amazing
song, and I also loved Beautiful Beautiful by On and Off.
Yes.
That those two were both like way back in the beginning of the year, and they held up all year long. I love them. And I also was a big fan of TXT this year. And picking between the Love Song one and Loser Lover and Frost, which is not a title track but a B-side. Those three, all just love. But Loser Lover, so good. Do or Not by Pentagon. What were you gonna say? Somebody say
I was
something?
just gonna say TXT, the new direction they went in with these rock boys.
I was just saying,
amazing.
like if they came in concert, like last year, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, but this year I would be like freaking out about that. So, and I'm surprised at that. Like I would have never thought I would be freaking out about TXT because how they were before, they were okay. How they are now, completely.
I love the new direction.
Fully agree.
Love it.
So good.
I love the fashion.
I'm like,
and the fashion. Oh my god! But we'll get onto that one later.
Okay.
I like them both.
A couple others I wanted to mention: Do or Not by Pentagon, Advice by Taman, Feel Like by Woods, and I also have Ring to Be by One Way because those are my boys right now too. So
yeah, they had a really good year too.
I think Why by Icon. I have to say that one too.
Okay.
Love that song.
Let's see who we've got. Who else we've got in the chat? Oh yeah,
Trauma. That was such a good one.
Yes, Christy.
Yes.
Yeah, TXT are getting better and better. Okay, Trish.
Okay. When I did my tweet thread of favorite title tracks of the year, it was 25 songs long, but I'm not going to do that. It's pinned if anybody is interested. But I'll keep the two. The song that was my favorite in the first half of the year was Illa Illa by B.I. And it was still in my top 25 for the end of the year. But Key, my man, yes, Bad Love, just it blew I love that song so much. It's like I literally cannot sit still if it comes on. It's like I must get up and dance. It's like it's that 80s sound. It's like my youth, what I listened to back then meets what I listen to now, and they had a baby, and I just love that song so much.
Everyone's raving about it to me. Alex is saying, "Mum," because we're always talking about 80s era, and I haven't listened to it yet. But everyone's just like, "Mum, you got to watch." Everyone
I saw somebody. I can't remember who said this, but somebody, and it was probably I don't even remember, but they said this isn't an 80s influence song. This is an 80s song.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Good.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda.
Okay. Trying to think.
Amanda's forgotten how to live stream.
Listen, we didn't podcast this week. We didn't I haven't recorded anything in so long. I don't even remember anything. So my favorite title track this year, Beautiful Beautiful, On and Off, that's the song for the year. I also loved Sorry Not Sorry by ITZY, which is sort of the secondary title track from that album, and Lullaby by Woods. It just has been stuck in my head ever since it came out. So those are sort of my top three, I would say. Okay, and Spotify agreed with me on my rap. So clearly I had voices.
I think some of these ladies are agreeing on stuff here. Okay, Jackie.
So I tried to spread my love through the categories, but for my best song at the moment, I have Love or Loser, which I love them. I can't help it.
I'm just going to tell everyone, Jackie's going to put you to shame with her graphics here that she gave me. You all need to do better.
Sorry.
Rude.
So I really, really love them. I love Deja Vu by ATs. I love In Hyphens Drunk Jays and Hot Sauce by NCT Dream. I mean, some of those all of those albums, I mean, they're great. But yeah, those songs are kind of near the top. I've probably got a whole lot more than that, but those are some that I really love right now. So
Christine in here just like complimenting me. Lucy.
Come to me last. I'll just mop up everyone else's.
What, you want to be last?
Oh my God.
No, they're not all like, that was just my idea.
You're last. We're going with Christine.
Okay, I got thrown in here early. Okay, so I think I'm repeating Jackie. Actually, my favorite song of the year is "Loser Lover." Yes, I had a toss up between. Oh my God, I love it so much. And "Loser Lover," I love it, and I also loved "Love Song." I had to decide between those two, and they're right up. It's like 1 and 2, right next to each other. A girl group song that I cannot stop listening to this year is "Love So Sweet" by Cherry Bullet. I don't know. It just makes me super happy every time I hear it. And I realize I'm moving that up to my top 10 for sure. Eternal Sunshine, Atlantis by Shiny. Those are like my top 5 right there. So
awesome. May.
Okay, so like I said, a little bit of a repeat offender here, but I tried to cut it down from 8 to 3 or 4, but
the struggle is real.
Advice by Taemin took the cake for me this year. When he performed it at his concert, the live concert, as soon as it started, me and my fiance just looked at each other and we're like, this is it. This is the song of the year. And it has not changed in my mind. So yeah, it's one of the best for sure. It is. It's up there. Another one. So this is kind of funny because it's not that I don't stand the group, but I don't know the group, but I know a couple of songs, but 6, Cinema.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it is about that song.
Because it's catchy.
I listen to it all the time. Like when I'm cleaning, when I'm anything. That song is everything. Absolutely love it. And I want to get into them more. So somebody help me.
Done.
Get me into 6, please.
Yeah, we're all on that for you.
We got you.
Yes. And then I did Bad Love by Key because just instant slap in the face. Fantastic. So well written, so well performed. But as to be expected by a Shiny
so
boy.
Deprived.
I can't wait for you to watch it. I really can't. You're gonna
get on that.
I just need to. Yeah, there's a few things I've got to sort out first. Okay, Luce.
Right. No, I was waiting.
Here we go.
I was waiting to see what other people mentioned because I didn't want to mention duplicates. Because I've got such a big list of stuff that I liked, I might as well mention some ones that other people haven't. I'll just reel them off because there wasn't any particular order because it goes over a few genres. WJSN The Black, Easy was really good. Sam Kim, The Juice, CM Blue, Love Cut, MCND, Crush, Summy's Tale, and Pink Fantasy's Poison, which is a girl group that isn't very well known.
We like that.
They were my favorite girl group of 2021 for sure.
Yeah, last year was really good for them.
Mm-hmm. There was one other that nobody's mentioned that was late in the year, and it kind of surprised me, was Unthinkable by FT Island.
It was on my top 20.
I love it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Okay, we're going to get on to, hang on, just see a few more of these comments. Oh, Tail, yeah, Monster X Gambler, I really liked.
Yeah.
I didn't even listen to Jonga. Bloody hell.
Jonga was
so good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a moment.
Oh my
And I
God.
think Lucy mentioned it when she talked about genres. I didn't know if we should be including like English language songs in our tops, but the DPR releases this year were
yeah.
So
amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Well, I don't know, because we did have that show about what is K-pop. So
Right.
if there's anyone who
I
says
didn't-
something,
I wasn't
Then
sure.
In
but-
which we decided that anything.
and then has it on their fucking list. But it's lucky I'm very loose with my K-pop list, so I'll allow it on the show, even though you swore to your faces blue that it wasn't K-pop. It's this K-pop show. Right, we're moving along to our favourite B-sides.
All right.
Hannah, take it away.
Okay, for this one, I have two as well. One is definitely a B-side, and one's kind of like a grey area. It was like one that was released as like a second title, but it was not the title.
No,
the first one is TXT's Anti-Romantic.
Yeah.
Man, just listen to it and you understand. It's just hits a little bit different than the rest of the songs on the album for me, and it's my type of song. And the second one was In Hypen's Fever, because my God, was she spicy. Like, wow.
Chef's kiss.
Absolutely.
Way too much. And those were my two.
This show is making me depressed about all the music I've missed this year. But look, it's still
You'll
there
get it.
waiting for me. It's still
You'll
there
hear it.
waiting for me. All right?
Mhm.
Suey.
Okay, so I already mentioned Frost by TXT, which is a song that you were saying anti-romantic gets to you. Frost gets to me. I have no idea why. That
good.
sound, it's just and another B-side that has similar sound to me is Get Away by Just B. Well, that kind of grungy. I love it so much. Okay. But I think my all-time favorite song of all of this is Carry On by Victon, which is a B-side. And I think if I was made to say my favorite song of all things, B-sides, titles, it would be Carry On by Victon. Oh, actually, it's Sungshik that sings it, but it's a Victon song, I guess. I don't know. But I also liked Bad Dream by CIX. I think you say it CIX, May, for that group. Anyway, Bad Dream. I love that one too.
Oh, God, we've got a lot of B-sides in the comments. Yep.
B-sides were slaying this year.
Area by
Yeah,
Shiny is
always.
another one.
Area.
For some reason, Area got to me more than their title tracks did. So anyway, I could go on and on, but those are some.
This is
Okay.
some. That should be the category.
Yeah.
Trish,
Some.
favorite B-side. Well, B-sides are so much harder because there's so many more.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I love so
I had
many.
30. I think I had 34 B-sides on the list that I
Lord.
tweeted. But anyway, I mean, and that was cut down. I mean, there were so many good ones. But for today's purposes, I stuck to two. One is Crush by 17.
Yes.
It's
Oh
another
my
one
God.
where it's just like,
that was in
I
my
just
shortlist.
have to dance to this song. And that video was awesome. Whoever styled them for this deserves a
Like,
raise.
A+ styling.
Yes, yes. And then the other one was from my favorite rookie group of the year, Kingdom, with Fallen Star.
Mhm.
That
That's so
song
pretty.
is gorgeous.
So
And it was
pretty.
like they had so many, they had 3, 4 possibly of my favorite B-sides of this year. They were just so good.
Okay, Amanda.
Basically for me, I live in the B-sides. Like those are always my favorite songs off of every album, so it's hard.
Yeah.
But I went with basically all of Bobby's Lucky Man album. I hate the title track, but I love everything else on that album.
Do you just feel like the artists are given more reign to be themselves on the B-sides? And
Yeah,
be
I
them?
just
for sure.
I don't know what it is. You Mad's not a bad song. It just does not work for me for some reason. But
Yeah.
I love Devil, Heartbroken Playboy, Liar. I really love Liar. I love the way his voice sounds in that one. Like he just sounds so like angry and sad and mad, and I love it. And Rockstar. I love Rockstar. So, and I mean, basically, like I said, all of them. Like I love everything other than the title track on that album. So it's a good album.
Okay. Jackie.
Okay, so favorite, no question, is Sour Candy by Woods. I never really listened to him before. I have listened to this album on repeat so many times. I love it so much. This song is so like upbeat and fun, and it's got a bunch of ups and downs, and it's really lovely. I love it so much. So that was my number one. And then my other two are Hate That and Helium off of Key's album, which are also just great songs. And I cannot get enough of those either.
That made my shortlist too. Helium. Oh my god.
So
Helium is so good. Oh my god.
18 off that
Helium's
song made
on my list.
Come on, Frankie.
Christine.
Oh,
So my B-side list was pretty big this year, but I'm going to just talk about one, which is kind of a combination. It's On and Off's The Realist, which the day I heard it, it was one of those things where I'm like, this is going to be in my top songs of the year. But another B-side off that same album is called I Think I Love You, which is a ballad. And I love The Realist. It's amazing. That album, the whole album is great, but I Think I Love You is up there as my second favorite B-side, maybe my top. Again, it's like choosing between the two. But I cry every time I hear I Think I Love You. Like I think I'm good, and I get like 3.5 minutes in, and Hyojin hits that high note, and the strings take over, and I'm bawling. So.
And now you can cry even more.
Yeah. Don't remind me. Oh my god.
Wow, Lucy, that wasn't very nice.
Too soon.
Thank you. Too soon, Lucy. But,
they're also one of my top groups, so it's about a place of love and also pain.
So
May.
Okay, I definitely Helium on mine as well, but Monsta X's Ride With You, top tier. SF9's Scenario is probably my favorite song off the new album, Rumination. It's so good. And then I did Heart Attack by Shiny, because they gave me a heart attack with that comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucy. All right. Let's.
I don't have as many B-sides.
Grab a cuppa. Okay.
I don't have as many B-sides, but still a lot. Pixies Bewitched. I'm not a big girl group stan generally, but like, to be honest, there's a lot of them that have changed my mind over the last couple of years. Pixie is one of them. Pink Fantasy again on my list, with Tales of the Unusuals, the English translation of the song title. They did a really amazing performance video for that. I highly recommend anybody to go watch that. Vixens Flip a Coin.
I love that. I played that to death.
Yeah, it's just like, it's still not got old. It's still
right.
And I had a couple of others that people had mentioned, and they're not really pop, but they're well known enough for me to count them. And that's Nell with Yuhi, which Michael back me up. They count. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my very restrained.
Yeah, it was. I think people go. God, there's a lot of opinions in the chat as well. Okay, next category we have is your album of the year, or albums. We'll let you have more than one. We don't like to torture people around here. Hannah.
I have three. I have DPR Ian's Maito, Yugyum's Point of View, and Pan the Pack's The Pack album. I'm a huge fan of like hip hop based music, and I'm only just realizing now that all three of my albums are exactly that. DPR Ian, you know, I can't not kind of specify him because he's a god among the immortals, you know. And it's kind of like I think the reason why I kind of had put him there is all the stuff that came along with that album, like all his music videos, all the just cinematic adventures that he took us through. Yugyam, like, I don't know if anyone listened to his SoundCloud before he left, before Got7, whatever they're doing right now. This album is exactly what he was doing on SoundCloud, except now he gets paid for it. And it's really inappropriate. He's kind of suggestive with what he does, and this album was very much like that. And Pan the Pack has got our Jackson Wang in it. And it's kind of like a collective. I don't really know too much about the rest of the members in this little collective, but this album from start to finish was fire. So if you like hip hop, listen to those.
I will.
Okay. Sui.
Okay, I have five.
That's
and
perfectly all right.
You might see a theme here. I have my favorite albums, TXT, the one, I guess it's the repackaged one that has Loser Lover on it, right? And then also Victon, Voice, The Future Is Now. I have to look at my notes because album names don't stick in my head. And Shiny's album, and On and Off's album, My Name. Do you see a theme here? Yes? All of them. Okay. But there's one I haven't talked about. No Easy. Stray Kids.
Yeah.
I also loved everything on that album. So those are just some. There's lots more that I loved. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Trish.
Okay, I've got 3. Keys, Bad Love was and Shiny's Atlantis were probably tied for number 1. And then just, it's either another number 1 or just almost there is 17's Attica.
That one too.
All of them they had great title tracks. They had, great B-sides, just awesome all the way through. And I picked Shiny's Atlantis instead of Don't Call Me because I love Atlantis, the song, so much. Plus, and then you get everything that was on Don't Call Me. So,
right. It's a repackaged one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda.
I'm with Hannah. Mito. It's the first ever K-pop album where I bought a physical copy. Like,
I'm so upset.
So good.
I missed it.
Oh God, it's so good. I mean, me and my kids spent like the first day with a hairdryer and stuff, like putting handprints on it and like doing, because it's like heat sensitive cover, so you can like play with it. It's so fun.
Oh wow!
I mean, how Christian is that? Far out.
Right, and underneath it, so it's a completely solid black album, and then underneath it is all like drawings that he's done and stuff,
so amazing,
scribbles and stuff. So like you uncover it with your, it's wild.
I've got it as well. I had to.
So good. It's so cool. And I mean, the songs are great too, right? Like the only reason why it didn't make my top fave title is that like my favorite song off the album is So Beautiful, which came out the previous year,
Yeah,
so,
I thought that too.
Guess Who album by ITZY. I love it. I love every single song on it. I listened to it multiple times over and over and over again, like the day it came out. Every single song, it's great. I already mentioned Lucky Man by Bobby. I like everything Bobby does. Good job. It's a good album. Like, what can I say? It's good. And Alpha by CL. It's love it. Perfect. It's so good. Every song is, it's all good. So thank you, CL, for having a big comeback. I enjoyed it a lot.
Another thing I missed. Okay, Jackie.
Is Jackie frozen?
I think Jackie's
frozen.
Oh no.
So we're gonna kick Jackie. So Jackie can come back. We'll come back to Jackie. Christine.
So my top album of the year has been mentioned: TXT, Chaos, Fighter, Escape. Every track was so good. That album alone has like 5 of my favorite songs of the whole year. So, but I'll also mention Hypen, the Border Carnival, and Dimension Dilemma. Those 2, also just the songs, the titles, and the B-sides, so strong. I listen to them constantly, and every other album on my list has already been named Key, Shiny, Skiz.
Yeah, good.
All right, I'm just putting people back where they belong. All right, Jackie.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. A bunch of us.
You just popped off. You were frozen. I didn't even notice. People are like, she's not there.
She was just really still.
I thought you were just smiling. I thought you were just like smiling happily. Maybe on mute or something.
So I have to copy some of Trisha's, but Key's Bad Love, hands down, is just amazing. The ones I put as my favorites are ones that I like listen to the whole thing over and over. I tend to like a new album will drop, and if I listen to only that album over and over again, like I know it's all good. So Keys was definitely one of those top albums for me. Also on my list is Woods, Only Lovers Left. On repeat all the time. I love him so much. And again, Shiny's Atlantis is definitely one to listen to. So good. And then my 2 more that I listened to over and over were 2 PM's Must and NCT Dream's Hot Sauce. And I feel like in our memories, it's like whatever was like last released is kind of fresh in the mind, but those were a little earlier in the year. So those 2 were ones that I definitely had on repeat.
It's really hard to even remember what year anything was in.
What year is it?
I don't know what year it is anymore. We're still in 2019. It's really difficult.
Right. Okay, May.
All right. Of course, I have Don't Call Me because just perfect. Yuno's Noir, from TVXQ. That album, it just ate. Rumination by SF9.
Yes.
And Monsta X's No Limit. I love that album, and I will protect it with my life. And that's it.
Yeah. Lucy.
Right. I was looking at my list and it's like a lot of this is more on the sort of band and like R&B and stuff kind of side of things. That hasn't been mentioned because obviously Shiny and Key and everything like that. Epic Highs here is on there. Nell's Moments in Between.
Yes, my God.
Which just all of the emotions. Gaho's Fireworks.
Oh, so good.
What about that
one? Chancellor's album called Chancellor. And I think it's Tharma. It's Don't Die Colours, but it's dye, not like the dyeing clothes. It's the other. And then everything else has already been mentioned by everyone else.
But yeah, much of the same. Of your faves. Yeah. Okay. Next, what is next, guys? I don't even know anymore. Okay, next. Oh, next is music videos.
Music videos.
Music videos.
Okay.
So let's just get my banner up because I made one. Okay, Hannah, favorite music videos of the year?
I have 3. The first one is The Boys Breaking Dawn, which is not K-pop. Sorry, Frankie.
Oh, is that
it was a Japanese release?
The Japanese one. Look.
Yeah. And
look, it's only yourself.
You're
only betraying yourself, Hannah.
We can count it.
But the music video is pretty much like a choreography music video, and I feel like it's been a minute since a group just released only a choreography music video. And the song itself is just really there's a lot of whispering in the choruses and, a lot of hair and outfit things that happen, which is just next level.
The are good too.
Yes, it's a lot. The second one is Kang Daniel's Paranoia, because it is a lot darker than, the other kind of titles that he has had. But because of there's a lot of metaphorical and a lot of like certain imagery in it, which I don't know if it's relating to his personal or whatever, but it made me feel some type of way. And then the last one is Only One of's Libido. Like,
yeah,
I feel like that's all I should say about that.
Well, it was groundbreaking in
It was
Korea.
spicy.
It did a lot. There were, things happened, and it was a great thing to
Looks
witness.
like a new one's going to do a lot as well.
Yes, sure does. Good for them.
Good for them. Okay.
They look like good friends.
Suey. Yeah.
Okay, I was kind of blown away by One Wee's Rain to Be MV. That's the one where they played in the swimming pool and it filled up with water as they played in the water. And I know they weren't really playing, but it was so cool looking. And I'd never seen anybody do anything like that. So that was one of my favorites. Also, I would like to mention Burn It by Golden Child, the zombie story. Yeah, I thought that was great. And then
they did the movie. They actually did an all movie version, didn't they? Because I think I did a reaction to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Excalibur by Kingdom, which Trish probably might mention. I don't know, but that was their first one, and they kind of blew us away right from the get-go with their whole concept and that beautiful, beautiful music video. So, let's see. I would like to mention Advice too. Taman's Advice.
Jamie, stop talking about dogs.
I literally just saw that.
Wait, what's going on? Somebody saying something?
Jamie,
I love that.
Typo for Dong of the Year. Now he just can't get off the Dong train. He just won't stop. No, Jamie.
Wrong,
right.
Facts.
I missed it.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, Jamie needs to. Thanks, Christine. Jamie, stop. Take your dongs and get out. All right, sorry for interrupting, Siri.
That was it. That's all. That's yeah. I'm good.
I got distracted by Jamie's dong. All right, Trish.
Oh Lord. Anyway, I had Burn It on mine too because that was just a whole zombie movie. It was awesome, and it was like. It's like, idols act in their MVs a lot of the time, but they were acting. So, I mean, it was great. Beautiful, beautiful, on and off. It was just, it's so bright and futuristic, just like neon.
Some great mullets as well.
Yeah, some great mullets. It was just, it was like an awesome video combined with an awesome song, and it was just On and Off had a great year, and it was like, and now they're off doing their thing. And then another one was Love Cut by C and Blue. I loved the cowboy aesthetic they had going on.
Woo!
Look at them all glazed and stuff.
Oh my God!
I mean, they look
gorgeous
awesome.
grown men.
Yes.
Men.
Get them more in here. I mean, of course, I had lots more on my list, but I was trying to rein myself in. So,
oh my God, weren't you from? Yes, sincerely, David. I was from Jubilee. I am from Jubilee. I am a K-pop super fan, apparently, which is not a word I made up. Okay, it's a word they made up. Right, next, Amanda.
All right, I love Lilac by IU. I love the whole, like, every outfit she wears, the cute scene when she first comes onto the train, and everybody is doing choreo, but they're like sitting, standing, whatever, and she's like watching them, like trying to copy the choreo, and so excited, like, oh, and it ends with clapping, and she's like, oh, I'm clapping now. Like, it's just so cute. And then suddenly she's like kicking assassins' butts, and like then she's back to dancing and cute. And it's just, the outfits are great, the dancing, the choreo, everything is fun, and I just really dig the whole vibe of everything about that video. Sort of a similar thing with Alcohol Free by Twice. I want to drink every drink that is in that video. It's so bright and cheerful and colorful. And I'll mention it later, but I love the choreo where they're like shaking martinis and stuff. Like, it's just perfect. It goes with the song so perfectly. Everything about that video is perfect. I love 5 Star by CL with it's got Christian Yu in it.
The way I screamed during that.
And okay, I mean, I love any video that puts roller skates in, but it's so cute that like in that video, it's kind of like she's teaching him how to roller skate, but then like if you pay attention to other videos that come out in the year, like DPR Live's video, he's on roller skates, and like Ian is teaching him how to roller skate and stuff. That man knows how to roller skate. He's faking it for the camera on 5 Star. Like it's just everything about that. And like I was rewatching it for this, and she hits that slower bridge in the song, and that's the montage of fight scenes. Like it just, everything is so good. It's like montage of love, love, love. We hit the bridge, and now it's the montage of fighting, and now it's back to love. And I love every detail of that video is so well thought out. And
the squealing is
honestly,
out of the body.
I've never felt so lonely.
The two of them together is so good.
I know,
and
too much.
like,
That was so cute.
Be a thing in real life. I love it.
I know. Mom and dad.
Right. Mom, do we have a new dad now? And The Real by ATEEZ.
Yes. Mike heard me.
Oh my goodness. I had to do we did a podcast episode, and I watched High and Low. It's a Japanese, like it's a whole franchise. There's movies and TV series and all this stuff. And I watched the Road to High and Low for that, and that video looks like that movie, like that whole concept of these multiple gangs and the whole thing. Like, and I watched the video, and I was like, I feel like I'm watching that movie all over again. It's so good, and they were so good in it, and it was just wonderful. And then special, not K-pop, but Jackson Wang needs a little conversation about
Jackson's one of my
Drive You Home,
because
oh my God, like Drive You Home just hits you in the feels. You're like, this is a cool video. Oh, this is interesting. Oh my God, why am I crying? Like,
oh God, don't. All right, I'm gonna react to that. Okay, what's it called?
It's a time.
Drive You Home.
Oh, it is a whole. Whew,
he has some great music videos,
hit
man.
me in the feels. It is a lot. But it's also a really great song. So like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my top videos.
Jackie, your favorite music videos of 2021? K-pop.
The one, of course, it's a repeat, but the one this category, I did not have to even think about what my favorite one was, because it was One We's Rain to Be. I mean, watching that water slowly fill up. It wasn't, I don't even think it was raining in the beginning. And then it slowly got like, it felt like they were filming like through the course of the day, because it got darker and it got rainier, and the drummer's like up to his neck still trying to drum. I mean,
it was so cool.
I couldn't stop thinking about how they were filming it and sitting in all this water. Like,
did you watch the behind? They had a behind the scene thing. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's so great. And I'm sure obviously it wasn't all plugged in, but my head is thinking, oh my God, the electricity. They're all plugged in. And there's water. The pole, they're all gonna
right.
die. I mean, but it was just so, I found it so different, you know? And I think some of the things that I liked, or that I picked as far as videos go, are ones that were a little different than just the regular. And to me, that was hands down something no one has done that I can think of. And it was just really fun to watch. And then another one I picked was Dio's Rose, because like he'd be biking, and then it was like paintings over things. And then the paintings would kind of be animated, and then it would go back into what was real. So I thought that was really graphically kind of interesting to watch, and artistic in the way that was presented. So that was something that I thought I was really attracted to. Another is Monsta X's Kiss or Death, the way on that old train and the old film that was kind of around the edges. and the outfits were sort of, I don't know, my decades are off, but I'm thinking like 40s reminiscent with these vests and like chain pocket watch kind of looking things. And it had this like, you know, antique kind of feel to it, which to me was really pretty and nice to look at. SHINee's Atlantis was just like on that cartoon level, like with the bright colors and the fake painted stuff, and how everything was kind of artificial but real to them. You know, it was like watching a painting, you know. So things like that are really interesting. Key's Bad Love, also like super, the sci-fi and everything about all of his stuff was just
wait, sci-fi and 80s. I'm gonna lose my mind when I watch that.
Oh my God.
You're gonna love it, Frankie. So
it needs to
good.
be at the top of your list, Frankie, to be honest.
Right.
Bad Love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Move it up.
Album this year. I mean, I didn't start off knowing SHINee until recently, and I just like, I love them more and more, and now I'm starting to get to know them as individuals and their solo stuff. And it like, there's so much talent in that one group that I'm drowning. I mean, Taemin stuff and Key stuff, and I just, it's so amazing how much talent is in that group. I can't believe how much I love them. And then again, not K-pop, but worthy of a mention, different song, Jackson Wang, LMLY. I love his like, you know, Hong Kong movie. His stuff is movie. My husband says to me, what's that one song I like where that girl is walking to the beach, you know? That's not this year. Pretty Please. It was Pretty Please. And I'm
Pretty
like,
Please.
he loves that song.
Yeah.
So his stuff is just so much fun to watch the way he does it. He's
I'm
really
still not over
talented.
100 Ways. Like that.
Right?
song is
Yeah.
Still,
Oh my God.
So good. That man's super talented. Okay, so that's just some of my stuff. I'm good.
And to anyone that's new, the reason I haven't seen stuff is because I couldn't react, and I was saving everything for reaction. So yeah, not that I didn't want to. I've just been sitting here in a mood for 6 months. Christine.
Oh, the Golden Child Burn It MV was so epic. It was kind of like,
good.
I thought I might be the only one mentioning it because it came out really early in the year, but acting,
Seems
story,
like forever ago.
cinematography, it was so amazing. But the other MV that I want to mention that I think I watch it every day, like at least once a day, is Ping Pong with Hyuna and Dawn, because it's like taking a peppy pill. You know, I can watch that and I'm instantly in a better mood. The colors, the outfits, I love the choreography, that little choreography they do. So Ping Pong's definitely up in my favorites. I also have Eternal Sunshine, because that was when the two songs came out, I just knew I was going to love Eternal Sunshine. I love the bright concept with ATs. And then the other MV I want to mention is Stray Kids Thunderous. It's just, they've got this style. Stray Kids, the last couple MVs have this amazing style to them that just instantly, I don't know, I just know it's a Stray Kids music video. I wouldn't even have to see the members and I would know it's a Stray Kids video. Something about the way they shoot it and the cuts and the colors with the animation in Thunderous added. I just thought that was really, really, really good. So.
Okay. Well, hey, was Gimme Gimme by NCT this year?
I think
That's
so.
That's one of my probably most watched music video for reasons.
Yeah. For science.
For reasons. Okay, next May.
Okay, I have the King of the Matrix, Minho, with Heartbreak. That video is phenomenal. ATEEZ' Turbulence. I really, really, really like that. Universe from NCT was really good. And Thank You by Yoonho, because that was a whole movie.
It was.
A whole
Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Grown man.
Grown man art.
We love grown men around this grown lady, grown lady corner here. Yeah.
And he's coming back soon. So, and TVX
awesome.
coming back soon.
Yeah, Changmin is this next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and my
Oh my
friend
god,
have
the
pre-ordered
teaser
already.
shots for that. Oh, I might die.
Did you see the video for Fever that he put out?
Oh my
So
god.
good.
It's like,
I went.
Mrs.
I went
Changmin is a
feral.
happy lady.
AKA Minho.
God, yes. Lucy.
Someone already mentioned Ace's Changer, but that was really great. And it was such a lovely sort of thank you to the fans before the eldest two enlisted. And it's just really, it just makes you happy. Only like Lehigh that makes you happy and also really sad. And Park One's fucking crazy because LGBT representation and also just that song's incredible. Go listen to it and watch the video.
That's an order.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, we're going to... Oh, you're still going? I'll say we're going to do one more category and then we're going to have a 1 minute break because we've been going nearly an hour. So we'll have a 1 minute intermission.
Let's go ahead.
Because basically because I need the toilet. Okay. All right. Next we have your favorite K-pop choreo of 2021, Hannah.
Okay, so I have 2 for boy group, 2 for girl group. The girl groups, the 2 I have is Pixie Bewitched and Everglow's First. I have a specific type of girl group song I like, which I mentioned earlier. And if it's not catchy straight away, then it kind of takes a while to grow on me. But if it's got like a really good foundation with like a hip hop bass in it, then usually I'm going to like it. But there was something about the Bewitched choreo that was just, it was a lot. They were like on the ground and they were doing some things and it was a little, they were going to a little bit too hard, I think. And Everglow as well was just, they upped the tempo with their choreo for this comeback specifically. And I really liked it. The boy group ones, Hoshi, Spider, because Hoshi,
science.
And then also Spider's a great song anyway. And then the boys Maverick, because I couldn't include, I couldn't not include that song. I wanted to put it on every single one, but I couldn't. And that choreo is fantastic.
Sui.
I was going to mention Hoshi's Spider too, because that was just so cool.
So good.
Also, I am in love with everything Omega X does, and as far as their choreo goes and everything else. And that's not just because they had to come back recently. I loved their first Vamoose, the choreo, and that I loved. And everything else they did. Yeah, just everything. And also Golden Child. I always love their choreo. Fanfare and Dadara. Is that how you say it? I love those two. And what else did I have? I guess that's about it. Advice. Advice is my answer for pretty much everything, but because Taemin. Yeah,
can't go wrong.
You're right.
Can't go wrong at all. Trish.
Two of mine. Two of mine have already been said. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. Hoshi's Spider. It was just so perfect for that song. It was very fluid, and it was like all the movements and everything was very reminiscent of a spider, and it was so cool.
Perfect.
Libido by Only One Of, because it was just, it was iconic. It was just, nobody's done anything like that, and it was just, holy moly. But then the one where I probably watched, I know I watched the dance practice more than anything else this year was Anyone by 17. They're fantastic at choreo anyway. And it was just, I love the choreo for that song. I've watched it over and over and over again.
What was even this?
It's true.
Okay, Amanda.
I kind of mentioned it earlier, but Alcohol Free by Twice, the like shaking their, martinis, they're stirring stuff up. There is a great move where you do they do a hair flip thing that like it starts with one hand and comes up with the other, and it when you're just watching it, you're like, how did that happen? I don't get it. And I just a little shout out to the YouTuber KY27, who actually I was learning the choreo because she led a workshop in the choreo at that podcast fest we did this summer. And I was doing that until I had to like scooch out to, for certified ninjas to do a thing. But like, she was so good. She was so good at like teaching us and taking us step by step. But so now when I watch it, I'm like, I can do this. And I'm like, I can't. But like, I feel like I can. And it was so fun. And it's such a good choreography and fits the song so well. Like, I love that they added like shaken martinis and stirring their drinks and drinking a bunch of shots and stuff. Like, it's all part of the choreo, and it's really hilarious.
Yeah, similar to like Stray Kids doing all the cooking in
God's
Menu.
I like when the choreo matches the song, and it's not just a completely separate thing. And then along that same vein, I have not been able to get Tail by Sunmi out of my head. That choreo, that leg as a tail, the thing with the backup dancers. So she's doing that gummy hoe, like nine-tail fox thing happening, and it looks so striking. It's so hot. I know everybody talks about the chair lap dancing choreo, but for me, it is the leg tail all the way. That is the choreo that is 2021 in my brain. So.
Oh, and what about? Didn't you mention?
That was costumes, but.
Oh, was it? Oh, I fucked up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Christine.
the choreo was fine for that. It was fine, but
Damn it, Christine.
Jackie, or you want me? Let's see. Okay, so.
Oh, Jackie. Sorry, Jackie. Jackie, sorry, I'm losing it.
I mean, this whole year, TXT has been amazing. This to me was their year. Frost to me was so cool. I like how they interact together, and
I love that Studio Choom version. Oh my god!
Look at that demon! Look at him.
Grab each other, and it's just so pretty. I mean, the way everything kind of interlocks with them, and I think similarly another group that similarly works together well is Hypen, and Drunk Dazed and Fever also to me have that kind of feeling where they really work together and play off each other's, movements and bodies, and
right.
It's kind of really unified with them. And then the other one that I thought was really good choreo is Stray Kids Thunderous, which was just really fun. Their choreo is always hands down amazing. So I think those groups really did a good job. Those were, and for girl groups, I'm right now, I am in love with aespa. And even though Next Level seems very simple, there's something they do I find the girl groups use their arms a lot more, and they do all these very interesting things with their arms, if that makes any sense. But there's just something really fun about that song and their arm movements along with it that I found really fun. So
right now, Christine.
So, Jackie just mentioned my favorite boy group choreo is Hypen, Fever. I think it's just plain cool, and it matches the song so well. It was smooth, creepy, sexy, perfect. I loved it. And my favorite girl group choreo, Everglow First. I watch a lot of girl group. My daughters are more girl group stans than boy group stans, so I see a ton of girl group MVs here at home. But the Everglow just struck me as very atypical girl group choreo. Like, you talk about a lot of the girl groups do the hand and arm movements. That was very body, like it, almost watching Everglow First, it seemed like almost 80s style choreo to me.
Yeah,
it
I
was
agree,
so
100%.
hard hitting and cool. So kick ass. I loved it. And And then I just want to give a little shout out to my boys Dark B, because they are the kings of doing insanely difficult choreo and hype choreo to the most mellow of songs. If you watch Roller Coaster, I almost laugh watching it. Roller Coaster is such a chill vibe song, and then you watch them dance to it and you're like, okay, come on. Like, you don't have to go that hard, you know.
You have an abundance of energy.
Yeah, I love that. So
and just a plug here for my daughter's dance crew, KCDC. We did an interview with them a few months back. They just put out an awesome cover of First Whatever Goes, so you need to go check that out, because they are one of the best K-pop dance crews in Australia, one of the most in-sync dance crews. So I'm just, that's a plug. I know she's not watching because she's too busy with her own life, but May.
I did Minho's dance practice for Area. It's more recent, and it's the most subtle dance, but there's just something about the way that he moves and the choreo for the chorus that's just captivating. And a lot of people don't think of Minho as main dancer, but I mean, the dude's nuts. He did a fantastic job. I have Spider, of course. I think it was just great. Teardrop by SF9, more leaning towards the stage choreo versus the MV choreo, for reasons. And then Unhyuk's music video for B.
B? Oh my god.
I think that's
so good.
I think that's right next to Minho. That's my favorite of this year. It was the little dance break that he did with the electronic sounds. It was just absolutely insane. So yeah, those were my big ones for sure.
Thank you. Okay, Lucy.
Sunmi's Tale was on there because it is just such a great career. Only one of Libido, obviously, right up there. Pink Fantasy are back on my list again. I mentioned Tales of the Unusual, and there's a great performance video. They put it out around Halloween because it is that sort of leading of a song. Pink Fantasy are a sort of rock girl group hybrid thing, sort of like Dreamcatcher's style. But the choreo for Tales of the Unusual is just so unusual. It's purposefully set up so that it's creepy and everything. So I recommend going to look at that.
Mike. Okay, we are we've got a few more categories. We've got a few more categories, but before that, we're just going to have a quick break. Actually, I'm just going to put our little countdown on, and we shall be back in a couple of minutes. Here we go. And where are we up to? We've done choreo. Okay, this song here, Creeper song. Songs that you maybe didn't get into at first, but that grew on you. Hannah.
I don't really have creeper songs. Like, I feel like if there's not something in some part of the song, then I just won't listen to it again. All songs have got to have like something in them that I'm like real into. So I kind of picked a loose creeper, and that was Itzy's Loco. Because I really, really enjoyed the verses. The verses were really, really great. The chorus was still good, but it wasn't what I had kind of wanted it to be. And then when I finally listened to the album, probably a couple weeks after I'd seen the music video, I was like, what the hell was wrong with me? Like, the chorus is great. And I don't know what was wrong with me when I first watched the music video, but that was the only one that I could really think of for this one.
I was a bit like that with K-pop in general, or not K-pop in general, but there was a lot of K-pop songs that my daughter introduced me to when I first got into K-pop. I only liked a certain type of song. You know, I didn't like any of the R&B stuff, anything like that. And then years later, I've gone, my God, like the song bring me to tears. I love it so much, you know. But my taste sort of broadened, I think, with K-pop because it's so vast. Yeah, look, Mike, I think that was a lot of Yeah.
How dare
A lot
you?
of people. A lot of people.
Sticker
A
is
lot of
fantastic.
Well, I was too busy yelling at the music video to appreciate it, and I said to my daughter, look, I don't know, and then the first time I had played it in my car, I was just like, sticker. So there, it was done. Suey.
I struggled with this one a little bit because I kind of tend to love everything right off the bat, but I did think of Ping Pong, Don't Hate Me, Christine, because that one at first I was like a little bit overwhelmed by it, I think. But the more I listened to it, the more I loved it. And now I pretty much can say that I love it. So yeah, that's the only one I could think of.
Okay, Trish?
I had trouble with this one too, but then I remembered one from earlier in the year where at first I was like, yeah, no. And then I kept hearing it like on the music shows. And suddenly one day I was like, I love this song. And it was Clicker by J. Dawn, who is Sung Hyo from In Flying. When I first heard that, I was like, this isn't for me. And then one day I was just like, yeah, he's got me already.
No, but I'm like that with a lot of I did not listen to girl groups at all, and the only time I listen to them is when I watch my daughter's crew do a cover, and then I watch the cover a few times, and then I'm like downloading the song. So I think there are songs that not everyone. Some people know right away, but if I need to, sometimes I need to hear it a few times, and then suddenly I'm singing along. So whether it's I don't know, I'm glad I gave more songs a go just by watching the watching the dance covers.
Yeah. There are groups that often I have to hear their songs a few times before they click. And they all, and it's a certain type of music. I mean, NCT is one of them. Stray Kids is another, and there's somebody else I'm forgetting. But it was like, I end up loving the songs, but at first it's like, I don't know, like my brain doesn't know how to process it or something.
It's so experimental. They use chords and they put the song together in ways that you're not used to.
Right.
So some of the chords that might sound off, and just even wasn't Sticker. There was another song of NCT that just it was just weird. Because it's Make a Wish. Even the chords in Make a Wish were not not Western. We're not Western chords though. But no, I like that one straight away. But they weren't. They were more sort of Eastern chords.
Producers.
It takes you a little while to get your brain to go okay, and then
I remember Miro by Stray Kids when I first heard it. I don't know, it didn't hit me. And then it was like some months later I heard it again and it's like, what was I thinking? I love the song.
Yeah, Punch is definitely one of those. It was extremely experimental. But it just, it was it's amazing song. Amazing song. All right. Look, I know Make a Wish is amazing. It's amazing, but it has got unusual chords that some people just aren't used to. Okay, Amanda.
I'm like Hannah. Like I will give it. Sometimes I give it like the first verse, maybe like the first couple of lines, and I'm like, nah, this isn't for me, and I'm out, and I move on to the next song. But one of the ones, I think the only one I can really think of, I love TXT. But Love Song just wasn't really doing it for me. The first time I heard it, I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's a song. It's fine. And then they did, and they had a bunch of like remixes of that version and like a bunch of different versions. And one of the versions had PH1, who I also love. And so I was like, well, I'm going to listen to it again for PH1. And then I was like, what was wrong with me? This is a great song. Like, am I stupid? Like, apparently I am. So I love the song now. I like every version of the song, not just the PH1 version, although I am partial to that version. But it just, I don't know. I don't know why it didn't hit me the first time, but it didn't. And then now I love it.
And then it did.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Okay, so keep in mind that creeper means that you eventually love it.
Oh God, here we go.
No, but of course everybody mentioned, and the first thing that came to my mind was Sticker, because I wasn't sure how I felt about the flute. It definitely was catchy, and there was stuff going on in there, and I but it definitely took me a few listens before it really kind of grew on me, and I really love it now. But I even sent it to a musician friend of mine because I am not musically inclined at all. And I said, how does this sound to you? Like musically, like, is it weird? I mean, their stuff is always experimental, which is what makes it interesting, because it is different. But I think sometimes it's like, oh, this is new. My brain doesn't know what to do with this yet. And the way that was all those layers, there's so many layers in their stuff. And it took a while to kind of make a home with me. So that was definitely something that I grew to love, but wasn't on the first listen. And
the way you said that about sending it to your music friend, I do that with songs that seem weird. I'll check that React to the Cave channel where it's all
yes, they did.
Yep.
Their reaction was great.
Break something down, and you're like, oh,
they made me
wow,
love
this
songs
is
that I
genius.
was iffy
I
on.
just didn't know. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it gives you a different perspective musically on what's going on in the song. And I think that's kind of important, because I know that there's something going on in that song, like that's not the regular stuff we're used to listening to. So that's me. And at risk of Toya hating me for life, another one that creeped on me and I didn't love right off the bat, I mean, I kind of liked it, was Bambi and Bacon's Bambi, because I'm like, there's a lot of Bambis going on in that song. Like the Bambi. I'm like, I'm not sure if there's so many Bambis happening here. I don't know how I feel.
He just wanted to talk about the night rain. He just wanted to talk about the rain at night.
I don't know. I mean, somehow Bambi to me is like some big busted blonde woman. I don't know why. But I couldn't, it just took me a moment. I mean, the song is beautiful. I love the song. And of course it's just one of my favorites, and his stuff is just phenomenal. And I love that song now. So Toya, don't defriend me here. It's definitely like, it's a really pretty song, but that definitely took me a minute to kind of move past that one word. So anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, Christine?
Oh, Sui, don't worry about Ping Pong, because it had to grow on me too. It was one of those, I loved the video instantly, but the song was a bit of a creeper. I'm going to apologize to Amanda on my creeper, because it took me a while for Alcohol Free. I got to say, when I first heard it, I love Twice, and it was like after several Twice songs that I really loved, I was kind of disappointed in Alcohol Free when I heard it. But the music video was so pretty and the choreo so cute that I would watch it just to see the visuals. And then I'm like, I think the song came up in my Spotify a couple weeks after hearing it. And I'm like, hey, I think I like Alcohol Free. It's really nice. So that was, and it's become it's in my tops of the year. I really like it. So that was definitely a creeper.
Okay, May?
I would say I'm a huge Pentagon fan, and I struggled with Do or Not at first. I don't know, it just it felt weird to me. And then I watched the breakdown of it, of Hui and Wusat making the song, and it was just like instantly, now every time I hear it, it sounds flawless, because just of the artistry that went into it. I really, really liked it. And then Zombie by Purple Kiss. That song gets stuck in my head, and then I can't stop listening to it. But yeah, at first I was like, but yeah, now it's definitely one of my favorite songs, actually.
Lucy? Is Lucy frozen?
She froze. Oh wait, there she is.
She's back.
She's back.
I think she's muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was just making sure I had enough noise control. Oddly enough, Zombie works for me really well first time. And it is one of my top songs, I think, of the year. Sticker's also on my list for a creeper, but I've got WJSN's Unnatural on there as well, because I didn't think it was bad when I first listened to it. It just didn't grab me. And then all of a sudden I just found myself listening to it a lot. So, but that's it. I didn't have many creepers. I like a lot of things.
Yeah. All right. Here we're getting on to some more visual. So we're going to get on to favorite K-pop outfits. And we've got lots of pictures here, so this is going to be fun. Right. Let's see. And it's going to be fun for me to try to wade through all these photos in the right order. Okay, Hannah.
Okay, so my favorite girl group stage outfit, which, by the way, I don't watch live stages, and I had to go through all my favorite songs of the year and search up the stages that happened and try and pick it. I worked really hard for this.
Well, I mean, some people have got music videos as well, so you probably, but it's fine.
The girl group one was WJSN The Black's Easy when they performed on Inkigayo. It was just because the song is so sultry and so very woman power, the fact that they were wearing these typically masculine jackets and blazers, and their pants were really not tailored tightly, they were like loosely tailored, and it was just so sexy. It was great. I really loved it. And also that stage outfit was white, but in their music video a lot of their outfits, their suits were black, so I like that dichotomy a little bit. And for boy group, SF9 Teardrop, which was also on Inkigayo, they wore lavender.
Yeah.
And oh dear God in heaven.
Rude.
Yeah, I mean, I love my man. I have certain biases in this group. There's a lot of them. But I don't really know who told Taeyang to breathe so hard this year, but he was barely clad and it was too much, specifically in this outfit.
All open. The back of that's all open.
And it's like tied around his waist, and it was
was a neat outfit. That was on my on my short list for sure.
And just lavender.
I think it was Kingdom gave him like a boost, and then he was just like, I'm out there doing the things now.
I'm going to need him on Artist of the Month on Studio Tune. I feel like that the fact that hasn't happened yet is
a crime.
Criminal. But yeah, those are my two.
I'm just going through some of these thirsty comments.
Yes, Mike. I know.
Our viewers there. Okay, Sui.
Okay, so I'm really bad with this category too. So, because I just can't remember outfits and things that happened. But I have to agree with SF9. That's definitely one I could have put on my list. But I did remember when I was going through my discovery of Busy Boys that they had really cool outfits. And so I found one because I just love red and black so much, right?
Who's that? Second from the left. Who that? Busy Boys.
Oh yeah.
From the left is Heyman.
That's Heyman. That's my bias. Yes.
He's a great vocalist.
Well, I see.
Anyway, so but I love that. But anything if you are gonna talk about red and black, you can just make it better with putting leather on them. So that's Omega X. You have my Omega X picture, red and black leather.
Yes,
just red. Do. Idols in red.
Like, sure.
There you go.
Right. It's always red. Is always good.
So flattering.
Yes, I love that look so much. But
speaking
anyway, I don't know what this was from.
Shirts this year.
What's that?
Onion.
Shirt allergy.
I heard someone. I saw someone tweeted something. Sorry, I heard someone tweeting something about Omega X this morning, and it was, "Can everyone please support Omega X this year because they don't have enough money because they're not wearing clothes."
Right.
And I was like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious."
Yeah,
but also very true.
Shirt issues. Yes. But do you have my bonus one, Frankie?
Yes, I do.
This is my bonus picture because this is my favorite. This is my favorite look. It's not from a stage, I don't think. It's just Leo looking like Leo, and I love him so much.
He's like an athlete. He's just
sure is.
Yeah. So that's just
gorgeous.
my bonus look there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check out these. Thanks, Miranda. The great bunch.
Really?
Yeah. What was with buttons this year? It was like
it's already started this year too. I was just like up tension. I was just like,
the
hello,
supply chain shortage.
Honey,
It's
do you have my
Misty.
buttons?
It's a
We missed
problem.
you, Swenson. We miss you.
Swenson.
Swenson.
Look, it's
I would
not.
say
Look,
hi,
it's not
but
me
he's
and
fine.
arms. It's me and armpits usually. But
The
Trish,
way everyone tags you whenever there's an armpit,
Oh,
they're
it's
like, Frankie,
embarrassing.
look, Frankie,
it's
look.
embarrassing. Shut up.
She is the owner of that account. I swear.
I know.
I am not. Look, Trish, get on with it. Stop slandering. Stop slandering me.
I actually have a girl group in this one. I love the white outfits that Mamamoo were wearing in Where Are We Now?
Hang on, Trish. Oh, I've got all your things out of order. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. No, I just had everything out
Like
of order.
I love
pretty.
Moonwheel's
So pretty.
dress there. It's so they're all just. I mean, it's
so pretty.
so pretty, and that was a gorgeous song too.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny
Me saying when I haven't even heard it yet. Me just going to everything.
So good. So
I'm
good.
such a fake.
Shiny
God.
Atlantis. I love the outfits that had like the purples and stuff in it. Yeah, that one right there. It was just
Nice.
Those were so
Gorgeous.
cool.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And then pretty much all of Kingdom's stage outfits. That's from Karma. That was the second album, second title track. And then, did I send some? Oh yeah, this was Black Crown.
Styling. My
So
goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
this shows like the awesome makeup and stuff too.
Yeah.
This was from Black Crown, the most recent one.
So nice.
Yeah, they had such cool outfits that really fit with their their overall concept. So those were mine.
Oh no, then you have
Oh, Descendant. What else?
You said
Oh yes, that's from Kingdom. Songwall from AT's.
Yeah, and
yeah, and that I forgot I sent those from Kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah, SF9's outfits. Yeah.
Let's see what the hoes in the comment section. Oh look, I don't know why Mike is saying Jesus Christ, but it could be anyone. Probably
he's praying. That's
no.
Yeah.
It's lies. Yes, his pics from the musical. Oh my god, the makeup. Oh my god. Yeah, Frankenstein.
He looks hot.
Everyone's just look. The entire chat has had a meltdown over Leo. So yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Damn next. Yeah. Okay. We're just. Oh damn.
Yes. He might be my bias.
What? There goes. Okay. Right. Who we got next, Amanda?
Okay, so Frankie already showed it earlier, but the Itsy Mafia stages with the suit and the harnesses.
Let me go find it.
We don't get a lot of the girls wearing harnesses, right? We get the boys in the harnesses and the leather and the stuff, but like the girls and the fact that I know it's always different for every stage and every show, but like it was different, like it wasn't just different colors, but there was still those elements of like it was still the suits with the harnesses and like it was so powerful and like sexy and just gorgeous, and I loved it. So but yeah, like I said, don't watch a lot of stages. The one that really, really stuck with me from this past year was at the Head in the Clouds, Head in the Clouds concert put on by 88 Rising. DPR was there and CL was there, and CL is wearing this tiny ass little dress with this giant ass coat. And she looks so hot and so good, and she was having so much fun. She always has
the best outfits.
Oh my god, she looks so good all year long. Like that Met Gala, like
I knew you were going to say that.
That Met Gala, come on. She like knew the assignment. She showed up and she did the thing, and it was so good. And She's always so good. And just special shout out. I always love, a few of you have mentioned already, different boy groups wearing like hanbok and traditional stuff. I love when the boys put on the robes and the fans and the whole, and Stray Kids at the year end, they did a whole thing with shiny robes and red fans, and like that was just sort of the introduction to their year end stage, and love it. Love it. More fans, more robes, more hanbok.
More please, more everything. Jackie.
Yeah, so to Amanda's point, Itzy on the Mamas with the black outfit and the actor Ho Sung Tae, in the chair, and that was I mean, they just killed it that stage. It was really great.
Seriously.
And then so for my boy groups, I tried to stay away from all the more sexy concepts because I figured everyone would have that covered because that's pretty easy to do out there. But my first thing I picked the boys thrill ride when they're lifeguard outfits because I thought that was a little different from everybody and it was really colorful and they were, some of them had some kind of tight fitting things, but it was a little different than the regular. We loved it because they're showing, short crop tops and everything.
It's given me Baywatch. Like I've got
Baywatch Korea.
I thought that was kind of fun and a little change of pace for everything. Then I think the stage outfits on Love or Loser with TXT because they brought out the skirts and that trend of the guys with the skirts is like super fun. Here we go. Like these plaid kind of bottoms. Yeah. They were like
it's great.
That's right. Just really fun. I really thought and mixed with those old school rock t-shirts. Like that combination was just kind of cool. And I was like,
very
wow,
cool.
like really? Like who thought
I see an ACDC,
these stylists, I mean the job of these stylists, it's got to be so much fun the way they come up with this stuff and mix stuff that you would never imagine putting together and yet it looked so great like it was meant to be. Okay, so let's see what else. Astro After Midnight on M Countdown. I just picked them because the colors to me were just delicious. I love the colors. I always get sucked in by patterns and colors. Like, and again, like you wouldn't think of putting all of those patterns kind of next to each other, but they all work together and they're all really, really nice. And then as we'd mentioned, some of those more modern Sega, one is Luna had some really nice ones. I think one of their stages was black and then they had another one that had red on the Inkigayo stage, which was really nice. And those were pretty cool. And then for girl, Espa's Next Level on the Mamas, they had some really, really fun outfits.
Those are cute.
Like I just thought those
very
were like
cute,
super awesome, and fun. So those were my outfits.
Oh wait, did I miss one of yours?
Also, wait, you missed the Onest one, the Luna one.
Oh, sorry, I did. There you go.
And then,
really nice.
And I also picked a girl guy. I picked Kiana and Dawn because the ping pong stuff is just out like
wild.
Every stage they did.
Wild, yeah.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. Like it's just to me looking at
it's
that.
So them.
It's so them. They're so great together. I love everything about them. They're quirky and weird. It's like these two really super talented people with this really odd sense of style that's super creative and that found each other and like just like complement each other perfectly. I like if anybody sticks together, I hope those two do because they seem like the opposite
made for each other.
Opposites of each other. They just seem so similar.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's really cool to watch them and all their outfits and that whole Ping Pong album to me is amazing. So
Christine.
So I picked, I have a couple for the boys and a couple for the girls. My absolute favorite outfit on a boy this year, he wore it on stages. He also wears it in the MV, is Songhwa in that Eternal Sunshine, that colorful Celine jacket that I know Hyungwon actually wore that earlier in the Summer Taste video, but it didn't stand out to me in that. And then I see Songhwa with that deep, rich blue hair, those blue pants, and he's got little green shoes on. I just want that whole outfit. Like I want to own that whole outfit and wear it. Unfortunately, the jacket's $3,000. Yes, I did look it up. So I will not be having that outfit. But and then the other boy group outfit that I want to give props to is Dawn in the ping pong video, that green.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
How insane does your outfit
I've
have
got
to
him
be?
with his wifey.
Well, yes, because he actually, if you're not looking at Hyuna, your outfit must be pretty insane. And that's that green outfit. Like you can't not look at Dawn in that green. And then speaking of girl group outfits, Hyuna's actually wearing my favorite girl group look, my favorite girl look of the year, which is that cloudy, fuzzy. It's that dress. She actually had to cut that dress to get that look because that's not the way that dress normally comes. And the hair and everything. I love her look. But my other favorite outfit for girl groups was the GWSN in the Like It Hot stages and the Like It Hot MV.
So cute.
They just did something so cute. This mixture of masculine and feminine with the suit jackets and the lace. And they're oh my goodness,
Ooh,
they're
nice.
so
cute.
beautiful.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Again, if I were a K-pop idol in a group, I'd want to wear that outfit. Like I love it. So so those are my favorite outfits.
Okay, May.
Just reading my list here, I said any stage outfit Wonho has ever worn.
Or not worn, right?
Valid.
Or not
Oh,
worn.
no,
I thought it. I didn't say it.
I did have one. Oh, here we go. I lost
Look
him
for
for a
the
second.
look for the nipples. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. I don't
He's
really
such a
have
sweetie.
anything to add to that. I think
No, well, I mean,
Nothing more is needed
Looking for
that.
Mike in the chat. Let's see.
He's like the biggest
Um,
puppy, and then on stage he's like so opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
bunny.
Everybody loves
Yeah,
Wonho.
bunny.
He's so great. And then I think almost all of us said Hyuna and Dawn. Like their outfits were just this is my favorite look from the video, but they did fantastic. They're so unique and I love it. Shiny's Don't Call Me outfit, when they did the brown and they did pearl aqua accents. Like I thought that was the
That's
coolest
so
way
pretty
to kind
together.
to sneak in the color without making it too overbearing. And the last one was Changmin's Fever suit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a freaking heart attack when the most dramatic outfit change happened from that white shirt to that coat, and the pirate vibe from it, just Phantom of the Opera. I'm there for it. But yeah, those are my picks.
Thank you very much. And Lucy.
I have only one of Libido. Their suits. They managed to sort of. I mean, it was very strong choreo, and they muted it down with pastel colors, but they cut out to like make up for it, or just not buttoning them up in general. But there were some really interesting like suits that they wore there, but in really like pretty colors as well. It just made a difference from like usually if it's a really strong choreo like that or something, there's a lot of harnesses and black or red, and they sort of stayed away from that, so it was good. Purple Kiss's zombie stage outfits, the ones where they wore the zombie makeup, from the MV.
Ooh, those are fun.
And that makeup, that whole sort of thing. Sorry, I'm wrestling a kitten from trying to go under the tripod.
No, bring it back. Bring it back. We missed. Oh, gone. Damn.
He's run away again. He's called Loki, and he lives up to his name.
Oh,
Sunmi's tail outfit, the one the bodysuit with the deep
velvet
like
bodies.
neckline and everything.
Man.
It's actually quite daring for a female stage outfit. There's not many people that would wear that, and the thigh high boots and stuff. It just matched the concept so well, as well, the sort of Catwoman-esque thing. And I think I put Taemin's Advice crop top outfit on there as well somewhere because we just had to, because everyone just literally broke on the internet. And I've just written in capital letters Han, like on my list. There's not even like a particular show that it was from, but the sundress outfit that he had with the eye patch and the hat and stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
Indeed. Okay,
my boy.
He's my bias too. Yeah. All right. Last category is favorite K-pop hairs.
Okay.
Okay, Hannah. Oh, hang on. I have to change my thing because there were so many photos. I had to put it on another page. All right, I'm here.
Okay.
Let's go.
My one girl group hairs was Ryujin for the Loco promotions. I just really love two-tone hair. And I feel like her in particular could carry off pretty much damn near close to any kind of hairstyle, but I really like that for her. For boy group, just because they stirred something in me. So the first one was Dark B's E-Chan. His red hair for their All In comeback was really All In was the song that really got me to want to know more about them. For All In, I was listening to their albums. I really enjoyed their songs, but I didn't take the time to learn who each members were. And this song really did it. This hair did it. I don't know what he was up to, but it really just floated my boat.
It's illegal, something illegal anyway.
And my last one was J-Hope for Butter Promotions. This blonde hair that they put on him was just, it was almost like Blood, Sweat and Tears hair, like that kind of shade that he did. But the way they styled it with the shaved on the side and then whatever's happening at the top. But then he also looks delicious with his hair flat on his face. And I think because of this blonde hair, he's become a little bit of a problem for me this year, which is...
I was just going to say, I've never, ever been attracted to Hobie. I've been following BTS since 2015. Never. Because a lot of the time they gave him shitty hair.
Yes,
right? They did.
Very much so.
Since they've been, the last year or so, since they've been styling his hair, he's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
He's becoming an issue.
Sure is.
He is an issue.
Blonde hair. It's the blonde hair and it makes his melanin pop. It's like
not blonde. They've been giving him some nice do's, So, yes, I've enjoyed that. Sui.
Okay, so this year I've been all about the trend of the messy hair pulled up in the half ponytail. So I just, there you go. And there's tons more. I just grabbed a few. There's tons more. So that's my favorite. I really love it. I don't know why.
It's gorgeous.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, no, we all love it. We all do.
Yeah. That's all I have for that.
Let's see, Trish.
I didn't dive too deep into this one. The one that I came up with was Yuto from Pentagon with his long Japanese rock star hair from the Care Bear. This is from like when they did Care Bears, him and Kino and Usopp. I'm just like, golly.
That whole video was an attack. It was an attack.
It really was. It was intense. It was not what I expected, and yet I should have. But
listening to it in the car,
we're
also
in some trouble for whatever hair he's going to be pulling with this comeback because
I
moment.
cannot wait for this comeback. It's like I mean they're very good at doing the cute lighter stuff, but I love me some Dr. Bebe style Pentagon, and that's what we're getting.
It's gonna be fun. I'm waiting.
A few of these hair comments in
my elder tiny vocalist is back.
Yes.
But
It's gonna
one
be
tiny
exciting.
vocalist out and another one in. They can only have one at any time now.
All right, who we got next? Amanda.
For boys, I was very into DPR Ian's like shaggy, curly, long, the Mito hair. He's a fine man, and it's
a goth king.
He's gone short again, and it's fine. It's fine. But like,
I mean, he's an amazing
longer and
looking
shaggy
man, no matter what.
That was a moment. It was good. And then his, his 2021 better half, CL, all of her hair, all year round. She
can't
did
get rid of that
things
banner.
with that hair, and it's wild. Like it just.
She turned her hair into art pieces.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's phenomenal.
Like she matches her hair to her outfit. I mean, a couple of those weren't even like stages or music videos. It was like the hair
her eating
she
fried
wore
chicken.
to the,
Yeah, I was gonna say one's
fried
from the
chicken
Hot
on
Ones
Hot
video.
Ones, right?
Yeah.
Like, or her hair, she did, and I like that, especially like the Met Gala and the Hot Ones and stuff. She does something with her hair that evokes a sense of like Asian outfit or something. There's like something she does that. I mean, the Met outfit was like a handbook that was made out of jeans. Like it was. She pulls from her culture and and brings that to the masses, and I love that. And I love that her hair was just. It's always great. It's always just perfect. Good job.
Amazing. Jackie.
Okay, so for guys, I pulled Key's Bad Love haircuts because they were just so fun and fluffy and different. There's all kinds of different things going on there, but I just thought it was really fun. Everything about it. And then for girls, it's Tiana. I mean, her
wow,
yes.
The blue. I love
blue is so good.
I love the blue and that blonde, like those curls and that fluffy stuff going on, and
gorgeous.
She's
very
just so
Victorian.
Fun. She's just phenomenal. I just love her.
I did that blue once, and it's like the worst hair color to keep like good as well. I applaud her for even doing it.
Okay, Christine.
I think again, I'm echoing a lot of Jackie's here. My favorite hair on the girls is Hyuna. I mean, that blue. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's so rich, and the beads that are in it. And curly, and every look in the ping pong video she did was amazing. But that's my favorite. And then Sunmi also did blue in like a lighter blue. She looks like just angelic, ethereal. Is beautiful. I love that look. And then sticking with the blue theme, I loved Gikwan's hair in oh my goodness, look at him.
Gosh,
he's beautiful.
His bath teaser pictures for that and stuff, like, I mean, not called for at all.
Just the era in general.
That gray blue on him. I don't think I've ever seen that color on him. It was just beautiful. Yeah, I love blue hair in general. So anything blue I'm going to love, but those were my favorite blue looks of the year.
Then my cat is come to say hello. Okay, May, hairs.
Okay. Let me see my list here. Okay, yeah, Key's Bad Love era mullet. I don't know what it is about the extension mullets, but I'm here for it. I love it. And then Juhan's Rush Hour Space Buns. Yeah, that was probably my favorite hair
so
moment.
Cute.
Like I did not expect that, and I was so pleased when I saw that video.
Gorgeous,
so fun. Yes. And then Taemin's long hair. Just, I mean, Taemin with long hair anytime.
Wait a minute, let's just get rid of that banner. Yes.
I will accept it anytime.
Look, we all know they're extensions, but wow. Still, wow. All right, Lucy.
I had Taemin's advice extensions hair because obviously
here we go again. Oh my god!
Obviously,
Deliver this again.
Any excuse to get this picture back up on the screen.
The Shawals have entered the chat.
Dawn and Huna, in for their hair. That's just like, it was so cute. In the behind video for this MV, she talks about how she wanted a sort of Little Mermaid meets Peter Pan-esque vibe, and they're really
okay, yeah,
it is that totally that.
Peniel's black and white, half and half hair.
Oh,
It's bit of the old flop of seagulls. Bit of the old flop of seagulls here.
Yeah,
Totally.
I haven't even seen this yet.
It was so good.
Oh my god.
And Felix with his thunderous hair.
Of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
I love him so much. He's so precious.
Let's have a look in the chat. What? I know. Having to look at Taemin over and over with crop top and a mullet, it's a freaking torture, man. Torture. Yeah, Taemin advice, basically every category. I know, right? Let's have a look. Oh, well, okay. Yes, Mike. Well, same though.
We all know.
No one is surprised, Mike.
We do all love a good K-pop mullet. All right, everyone. Look, we're not going to do a game today because we've been going nearly 2 hours. But thank you to these gorgeous ladies for popping in today to talk about their faves. It's been a long one, but I was really dying to get back into doing some shows. Lovely one to start off the year. Thank you to everyone in the comments, because these live streams wouldn't be the same without you guys in the comments helping us out and making these so much more fun. And, of course, the live stream I don't have to edit, so that's always fun. We're just going to pop back. So, look, I don't know when the next show is. Look, you'll see it on Twitter. We have no ideas ourselves. It's just whenever I can get my shit together, we will have another show. So, have a great week. Also, Happy New Year, because I haven't said that yet. And we will see you next time. Bye.